Hello, my name is Jenny Lauer, and this is my video submission for IMG's Summer Leadership Coach position for summer 2017. To start off with, I'd like to cover the main reason why I'm applying for this. And to me, being a leader and being a coach really boils down to one thing, and that's human connection. Human connection is the reason why I switched my major from motion picture and television to communications and public relations, because so much of who I am just loves the art of human connection. One of my favorite things about leadership is watching how different people have different leadership styles and taking notes on what I think works best, what I don't necessarily like, and so on and so forth. And I think there's three main things that being a strong leader is really boiled down to. And the first is a leadership style, and for me, I strongly prefer a leadership style that is more of a servant leader. Being a servant leader and showing that you're available and you're helping others who may or may not be below you, I think is huge. I also believe in being available and welcoming to those who come to you, and especially as a mentor, I think showing that people are welcome and that they are accepted, I think is huge. And that's a second thing I really admire with strong leaders. Third, and one thing that I've kind of utilized, and you can qualify it as mental conditioning or leadership, whatever. One of the major things I like to do in coaching and teaching and mentoring is motivating beyond the moment. And what I mean by that is a lot of times there's things in life that we get this blinders view and we think about what's going on right now and oh my gosh, I'm not playing for my team and I'm wasting my time and my academics is, whatever, and everyone starts going off on this crazy rant about how crazy their life is. And I think by being able to put things in a certain perspective and motivate them to be the best they can be right now, to go forward into life and motivate beyond this small moment of their life, I think is huge in being a strong leader and even with mental health conditioning. A little bit about my background. I became a YMCA coach at the age of 17. I did that for 3 years while I went from high school into college. And then when I was 20, I was promoted to camp lead, where I basically ran the entire camp for underprivileged children. I just wanted to be able to provide a space that when they came to my camp that they felt safe, that they felt like they could be who they wanted to be, that they were loved on some level, and that they were accepted. And it taught me a lot about me and a lot about life just through running that camp. While I was on the NCAA committee, one of the things that came up was the aspect of student athlete mental health. What's ironic is at the time that this became a buzz topic, I suffered a career-ending injury by breaking my back. So being able to take all those things I've learned through my injury and through my experiences, and I did a lot of research on mental health at that point, and we really pressed that topic among the directors within the NCAA. Back surgery forced me to look at alternate options, and the option I ended up settling on was getting my master's degree. Florida State University took me up on that offer by providing a teaching assistantship position for public speaking for undergraduates. What I realized through this was public speaking boils down to one major thing, and that's just confidence in who you are, and that you have a message that people need to hear, and that you can connect with them on that level. And being able to show these kids that they can be confident in who they are was my main goal. Currently, serving my community, coaching high school goalkeepers right now. I have 2 currently, and also some middle school and elementary school goalkeepers. I think I have about 8 so far. One thing I do with the high school girls, because they're always together at practice, there's 2 of them, I'll take one of the girls aside and I'll say, hey, I'm gonna teach you this skill, and I want you then to go teach it to the other goalkeeper. That way they're learning leadership styles, they're learning how they can teach, how they can communicate, how they can motivate, and so we'll switch off with which one does which. But that's a really cool exercise I've kind of adopted. Another thing I did with the high school girls, one of the craziest things that happened was way back when I was a freshman in high school, I wrote a team prayer for my club team. And we would say that before every game. As we went up through the program, when we became seniors, a lot of the girls I played club with would play at different high schools. And so they wanted a copy that they could take to their high school. So one of my best friends played at the school that I'm now coaching and said a team prayer. So that was, oh my gosh, 2011, that was 6 years ago, okay? So I went to give this girl, who I saw Bible verse on her cleats, and I gave her the team prayer. And I said, hey, you might find this interesting. I wanted to share this with you. And she looks at me and she goes, oh my gosh, how did you have our team prayer? I was like, wait, what? You still use this? And she's like, yeah, how do you know this? I said, I wrote that on a Wendy's napkin freshman year of high school. And so that was something that still kind of gives me chills. It's just thinking, like, I never even went to that school. I had no intention of that being something that was continued on, but that school's program still used a team prayer that I wrote 9 or so years ago, and I never even went to the school. And then just the impact that small things can have on people is so overlooked. By being someone who's a leader, you have to remember that small things matter just as much as big things, and you have to motivate beyond the moment, and you have to be open and available and welcoming to those people, and ultimately that it boils down to being a servant leader. So with all that being said, I have a friend of mine, her name is Caitlin Bradham, and she offered to submit a video kind of attesting to my character a little bit. So it's Caitlin Bradham.
Hello, my name is Caitlin Harward, formerly known to Jenny as Bradham. I'm one of her best friends. I played soccer with her at Western Carolina and roomed with her for 3 out of the 4 years that we were there. So I know Jenny's character very well. I've gotten a lot of time to know her. Jenny will be the first one to go up to someone and just ask how they're doing, first and foremost. The second thing that she'll do is she will always make herself available if somebody's going through a hard time. She's very good at spotting people that are going through issues. One example that I can point to where she's been a huge impact on the soccer team was one time during our senior year, she took the time to write individualized notes for every single person on the team and put it on their locker in the locker room. Whether that was a Bible verse or just an encouraging quote, she took the time to personalize those for every single person, and what it would mean to them. Jenny also went through a bit of a tough time her senior year. She sustained a pretty significant back injury that led to further surgeries. So she was not able to play. She was sidelined for that senior year, and she had her tough moments with that. But at no point during that year did she let her own issues or sorrow from that incident affect how she dealt with the other players on the team. She was still very much a part of what was going on mentally and emotionally. She would help others, specifically the younger ones, the underclassmen, through issues that they had, whether that be with how the coaching was handled or how they were playing. If they were struggling, she would encourage them to stay positive and encourage them to play their part on the team and just to enjoy it. And I don't think she understands how much of an impact she had on those younger players and her co-upperclassmen as well. She's just very special to a lot of people, and she puts everything she has into the relationships. I think Jenny is perfect for a mentorship role, a coaching role. I think that's right up her alley. I think she's had a lot of experience with doing that, and she's very successful with it.
I did ask 2 of the goalkeepers at my high school program to submit a video talking about what it's like interacting with me and having me as their coach. One's Lindsay and one's Becca, and they submit this video, so I'd love to be able to share that with you as well.
Hi, my name is Lindsay Mathis. I am in 10th grade and I go to Harrison High School. Jenny gives lots of encouragement and lots of pointers, and when we look a little confused, she explains the drill in a way that we can understand it. During off days, she offers extra practices on the weekends to help us get better. She works a lot on the player's attitude, and she gets to know the player more to see how they handle different environments. Before games, she creates speeches to help the team get pumped for the game and to help us focus more on what we need to do.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Doyle. I'm a 10th grader at Harrison High School, and Jenny is our goalkeeper coach there. She's been our goalkeeper coach for about a year now. She's a very good coach. She picks you up when you're having a rough day, and she makes sure that you leave all your struggles like off the field, and then when you're on the field, it's just you and the goal. And she's not only just a goalkeeper coach, but she's so much more. She gives these great inspirational speeches to the team and stuff after our soccer coach has ripped us all to pieces. She's also been helping me with some of my schoolwork because I struggle with studying and taking tests and stuff. which is really great because most coaches wouldn't care enough to help me out. During practices and stuff, she always comes up with fun ways to make it more competitive for Lindsay and I. She tries to add, like little games in there, or like we'll be doing a drill and whoever has the most saves, he doesn't have a consequence. Normally I have like tons of push-ups to do. But she's always trying to keep us interested and keep us working hard all practice. And it's really been a great help this season.
I would just like to restate how thankful I am for the opportunity to even be entertained for this position, and how much at some point in time, whether it's not this summer or whatever, that I would be part of this, and that IMG would be something that I could help benefit beyond the moment. So thank you so much, and I wish you guys all the best of luck.